Spring comes to the Pacific Northwest in early May. Nice weather, warm weather, and the blooming of the dogwoods. With the forecast for warm weather and light winds, we decided to head up to the islands for a few days. We spent our first night on board at the marina, and the weather was just perfect. Almost no wind at night, very calm and quiet. The only downside was we were going to be searching for wind on the trip north to the islands from this marina. Our plan was to take off from the marina at Cap Santee, head around the east side of Guimi's Island, and then along the northeast side of the island, coming across the top of Bellingham Channel, north of the Cone Islands, and arrive at a place called Pelican Beach.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Figured it out.
All right. Nice. We'll just motor through the other part.
Oh yeah, we might not have any wind.
Yeah. Once we get through, we should have more wind, but we're going to be. It's going to be on the nose back there, so we're going to have to tack up.
Can you see what that's picking up?
Not really. It turns off. I could leave it on. Oh, I did leave it on. Never mind. I changed it, right? Yeah, it's just picking up us sailing. It'd shake out the reef, but once we get around that corner, we're going to be hit from the Strait of Georgia. It's going to be blowing. Turn it off first.
As we neared the eastern end of Guimi's Island, we knew that we were going to be facing some winds directly out of the north on our bow. So we went ahead and kept a reef in the main and furled the Jenny slightly, but basically we figured we needed the wind anyway. Speed's starting to drop.
Ah.
Yeah, we just dropped below 3 knots.
It's like about 25, probably about 25 knots.
Windometer.
Anemometer.
I'm calling it windometer.
Well, let's go check it out before we get up. This will die down in another 10 minutes.
Our anemometer showed approximately 25 to 28 knots on the nose as we were heading basically northwest toward the Strait of Georgia. We knew that that wind would die down eventually, so we tried to enjoy it while we had it. I later went forward and tied on the reef cringles to keep the foot of the main from flopping around in the wind. After a relaxing sail across the northern end of Bellingham Channel, we approached Pelican Beach under motor. We had not been here in probably more than 40 years. So, and I know for myself it was the first time maybe in 45 years that I'd actually tried to anchor here. Luckily we have some mooring buoys that we can use at this point, and we were glad to find some available.
Looks shallow, but I don't know.
The thing about buoys in the Pacific Northwest is on a sunny day, buoys are very limited, and it is rather surprising to find several of them that are unused. So we definitely take advantage when we can.
I'm gonna do a circle around the buoys, just see what they're like. I'll do both buoys, and then we'll take the farthest south one.
One of my main concerns with this particular anchorage at Pelican Beach is that it's open to swells, and in the past it's known to have had some fairly significant wind and wave activity, which can be very uncomfortable at night. So we were a little bit leery, but decided to give it a shot.
Well, we try a new anchorage today. This is Pelican Beach. And they've got some mooring buoys. Interesting.
Let's see, this is garbage, right?
Yep. I just,
You're trying to get past me?
yeah, with the GoPro. Remember you said to get the GoPro and then you stood in my way. So this is Pelican Beach, it's called. That's Cypress Island here that we're looking at. Well, this is Cypress Pelican Beach is on, and that's Guime's. Those are the Cone Islands over there.
Well, it turns out my concern about wind and wave activity was unwarranted, as we had one of the quietest, most peaceful nights that we've had on board in many years. I don't believe there was any wind or wave activity all night long. In fact, several times I got up at night and looked out just to see what was going on, and it was so flat. All you could see was a little bit of moonlight on the island and some of the boats nearby, and that was it. In the early afternoon, we decided to ride the current and some of the lighter winds south down Bellingham Channel and then catch the flood as it took us up Guimi's Channel and back to our marina. The trip home only takes, less than 2 hours, even with light winds, but there was some good sailing involved.
So we just jibed the main over, downwind and light winds, now wing and wing. Heading around the backside of Cypress.
We're not becalmed, but we're just enjoying a very slow, leisurely sail. As is our usual practice, once we get back to our slip, we'll typically hose off the boat, clean it, make sure that it's okay to be on its own for a few days. After every trip we take on the boat, we make sure that the logbook is completely up to date. Sometimes we do this even while we're on board on a longer trip. The beauty of using this electronic logbook is that it actually integrates all of our photos and videos and also provides access to the historical data that we have from prior trips.